Coming up tonight on VCU Insight.
Waste from local breweries is helping the city clean the James River, saving Richmond millions of dollars.
An unexpected sports team at VCU is making a name for themselves in national rankings and heading to the World Cup.
And a local artist is showcasing her original work inside Strawberry Street Cafe with one unique twist.
All this and more.
VCU Insight starts right now.
From the Richard T. Robertson School of Media and Culture at Virginia Commonwealth University, named Best Student Newscast in the Mid-Atlantic, this is VCU Insight.
Good evening and welcome to VCU Insight. I'm Cameron Vigliano.
And I'm Bria White. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news tonight, Richmond breweries will be now saving on their sewage bill because what they're flushing down the drain is helping to clean our water. Insight's Forrest Nguyen has more on the story. Good evening, Forrest.
Good evening, Bria. While making alcohol, breweries make chemicals which are just undrinkable and they flush it down the drain. But it's doing a lot of good in the James River.
A brewery at some point.
Richmond area breweries should see a 70% decrease in their sewage bill and a much cleaner river over these upcoming months. Back to you, Bria.
A change is coming for the roads of Richmond called the Complete Streets Policy. City leaders are now obligated to make streets convenient for all forms of transportation, making it easier for bicyclists, pedestrians, bus passengers, and drivers to get around. City officials have 1 year to implement these changes. The new guidelines will also be placed under Richmond's Standard Construction Manual. Richmond is the latest city to adopt a complete streets policy since 2004. Over 600 agencies have created roadways for all forms of transportation.
From missing pets to alerting neighbors of suspicious activities, an online neighborhood watch app called Next Door is bringing communities and local police forces together. Insight's Joel Tyler has more in the story.
VCU Insight, I'm Joel Tyler.
To find out if your community is already connected or if you want to join, you can download the app on the Apple Store or the Android.
Congratulations to a local comedian who is named Best Act in Town 2 years running by Style Weekly. We're lucky to have him in the studio to join us. Insight's Michelle Green is here now with more.
I'm here in the studio with Corey Marshall, a local comedian who is known for his impressive delivery and performances here in Richmond. Thanks for joining.
Thanks again for having me.
No problem. See? Good. It's good.
Do you have a green thumb, a love for climbing trees, or a mission to maintain the earth? Local organization Richmond Tree Stewards is looking for applicants for its Tree Steward class of 2015. The group does more than hug trees. It cares for them and makes it easier for the Richmonders to enjoy them and understand how they benefit us. Applying to be a tree steward involves successful completion of a course and a pruning exam. Applications are due by November 25th and can be found online at richmondtreesteward.org.
Eating healthy could be expensive and may not be in the budget for some low-income families. But a group is trying to change that by bringing fresh produce to low-income neighborhoods for little to nothing. Insight's Randy Ayala has more on the story.
VCU Insight, I'm Randy Ayala.
Shalom Farms is trying to revamp the program to make it last all year round. They have been active in the Ramsey and Hillside neighborhoods and are hoping to expand.
Graze on Grace made its first appearance earlier this month. Starting on 4th Street and covering 3 blocks of Grace Street, the event had over 25 different restaurants and one wine tasting booth. For only $3, guests could eat local and seasonal dishes like steamed oysters and sauteed chicken. Attendees were encouraged to bring canned goods to the event to donate to Feed More, which helped feed elderly children and adults in need. The Virginia Museum of Fine Arts raised over $60,000 in its first ever crowdfunding campaign in less than a month. The money went towards the museum's exhibition fund that is currently hosting a 3D art exhibit.
It was kind of a nice mix.
The 3D model and the art exhibit of the Forbidden City will be on display until March. If you would like to donate to the VMFA's exhibition fund, visit vmfa.museum for more information.
Anthem Richmond Marathon celebrated its 37th year on November 15th, and despite low temperatures this year's, entry records shattered last year's. According to Richmond sports backers, the marathon had more registered runners 2 weeks before race day than there has ever been. More than 6,000 signed up for the race and almost 93,000 for the half marathon, which set a new entry record for the race's history. Anthem Richmond Marathon is also now the 27th largest marathon in the nation.
It's not new for Hollywood to come to Richmond these days. The city has become a popular place to shoot movies, and now another director is taking a bite into the Richmond scene. Insight's Joel Tyler is in the studio to tell us more.
I'm here in the studio with Cahill Dote, Director of Vampires in Virginia. Thanks for being here.
Sure, man, it was great.
Yeah. I'm actually...
One ranked team here at VCU is getting national attention and working hard to keep it for their upcoming season. And no, we're not talking about basketball, but a sport that you may not have heard before. Insight's Alex Trias is in the newsroom with more on the story. Good evening, Alex.
Good evening, Cameron. The Wizengamot Quidditch team has their sights set high and their broomsticks ready. The team ranked 30th in the nation this season and just recently won their World Cup qualifier against QC Pittsburgh, and they aren't stopping there.
2 World Cups we have gone to bracket play. And that is definitely, I would say, our goal this year.
Wizengamot going to the World Cup, however, also means fundraising for Wizengamot, who raised a whopping $8,000 with Indiegogo in past years. Without it, the team would have to pay out of pocket for travel expenses and jerseys. Back to you, Cameron.
Thanks, Alex.
VCU hosted the Men's Soccer Atlantic 10 Championship. The 3-day tournament was held at Sportsbacker Stadium. This was the 3rd year VCU men's soccer has competed in the championship, and the 2nd time Richmond has hosted it. The Women's Soccer Championship was held here last year. States represented included Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Missouri, New York, and Virginia. A10 spokesperson Debbie Richardson says though every city is different, the championship usually has a positive financial impact on the host city, including exposure at a national level. Though VCU lost in the first round and temperatures were low, sports backers welcomed hundreds of sports fans, local and non-local, over the course of the weekend.
The VCU Police had its 5th annual chili cook-off this year. The proceeds all went to a local charity that has been serving the Richmond area for over 140 years. Insight's Adam Epstein has more on the story.
Insight, I'm Adam Epstein.
The Friends Association for Children raised over $1,000 from the event.
And finally tonight, a local restaurant is doubling as an unusual art gallery.
Strawberry Street Cafe, a staple in the Fan, is lending its walls to display a young artist's unique work. Isabel Setembrino has more on the artist.
Art Nouveau and Tissot, Manet and Alphonse Murat. These all look like classic masterpieces, but they are all done in chalk. Strawberry Street Cafe lends its walls to a young artist's original work.
They think it's amazing, they're very surprised.
Graphic designer Bunny Comer started using the restaurant's fixed panels to recreate famous painters' works of art, all without tracing or mapping.
So I did Lady with a Parasol, and that was awesome, so that was my first chalkboard.
Comer always got great feedback from the cafe manager, Lori Wild, and customers.
Really just the final product and the way that people respond to it.
But it was only after posting a Havoc time-lapse on her YouTube channel that she got more than 6,000 views.
That was passed around the internet like wildfire, and it was really awesome.
Her latest work is not necessarily a classic, but yet another original ram, honoring this new VCU basketball season.
Comer can draw for 10 hours straight until her fingers get numb, and sometimes on the top of a letter. But erasing it all is the hardest part for her and the customers.
They can't believe that we erased them, you know? How can we do that? I would say definitely that's the #1 concern.
So I've kind of just dealt with it in the fact that, yes, I'm erasing it, but I'm also getting the chance to do something else.
That something else will be another short-term, timeless masterpiece. For VCU Insight, I'm Isabel Setembrino.
Now, if you want to see the panels, they are usually up for 6 to 8 months at Strawberry Street Cafe.
The artist Bunny Comer drew our own VCU Insight logo.
And here it is. It was a little tricky, she said. She's actually used to drawing the chalk portrait on the wall instead of down like a piece of paper.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Well, she said the letters were challenging, but hey, it only took her 20 minutes.
Well, thanks so much, Bunny. We love our chalkboard, and it's going to stay on our wall, like right behind us. So.
And that's it for this edition of VCU Insight.
Make sure you check us out on our website at insight.vcu.edu.
You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook under VCU Insight. Contact us for any stories you'd like to see on our show.
And if you missed our show or would like to watch it again, you can find us on YouTube at VCU Insight. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cameron Vigliano.
And I'm Bria White. We'll see you next time.